Well, let's get to SummerSlam. It takes place right here where I am now in Pittsburgh at the Civic Arena in front of 18,000 fans, and Meltzer absolutely gushes over the performance of Shawn Michaels in a ladder match against Razor Ramon. Ted, if you recall, the two had stolen the show in a ladder match the year prior at WrestleMania 10, and now here's the return bout at SummerSlam. And here's what Meltzer had to say. You can call him the Ric Flair of the 90s or the most talented American worker of all time. You should call him the WWF champion. Michaels, in comparison with Flair, is far superior athletically and as charismatic as Flair was at his peak. Michaels has the potential to far surpass him there. Michaels is not Flair's equal on interviews, and Flair's one advantage when it comes to in-ring performance is that in his prime he did it 300 nights a year with a level of consistency that Michaels and nobody else in WWF can come close to. But I don't think on Flair's best day he could have put on a show like Michaels did at SummerSlam. So, man, that is some high praise for Shawn. Ted, when it came to the comparison between Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, would you agree that Shawn outdoes him in basically every way?
Uh, I pretty much, pretty much. I mean, here's the thing about Rick, and I'm not taking anything away from Rick. He was good, but it's kind of like it got to be where I don't know. I could see some spots that he would do, and it's like he would. It's almost like he's doing the same thing every night.
Yes. You could kind of set your watch to Ric Flair and what he was doing in matches where like I honestly believe that, beat for beat in matches, if you would watch two side by side, probably the same kind of stuff is happening on each screen that you'd be watching.
Yeah,
If you've got the timing synced up. That's not anything against Ric Flair. He was incredible, and what his shtick was a great one. However, to your point, he did a lot of the same stuff night after night after night.
yeah.
Ted, how are you varying your routine? Now that I'm in wrestling, I know that most guys will have like a shine that they like to do, and most guys will have a heat that they like to run on a baby face. Like, how often were you trying to freshen things up when you were wrestling?
Oh man, I mean, it's kind of like I try to do something different every night. Well, that was just impossible to do something. But in other words, uh, as a heel, I would, I would vary. I mean, there's ways to, depending on what hold you get in a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's ways to cheat. And I knew all the ways to cheat, and like I could do it like a reverse chin lock and what have you, and I'd back up and I'd get close to a corner and I'd get the referee in front of me, saying, "Ask him, ref, ask him," and I put my foot on the turnbuckle and press like I was getting more leverage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then when the referee would go to look up, I would take my foot off the turnbuckle.
Ah.
I would do things like that, but
So there's like small variations that you would use whenever you're getting heat on somebody.
yeah. I would just variations, of course. You can't. You can't. It's like there's only so many moves you can do, and then and you're wrestling every night, so you're bound to repeat yourself at some point.
Yep.
But what I tried not to do was obviously to repeat myself, like on a weekly basis in the same town.